What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy G7, aka Drew Frayel, aka Waya. Got a bunch of attributes and nicknames. Starting up this series, Dating in 2014, or Adventures of Dating by G7 in 2014. As some of you guys may or may not know, been single for about 3 years, just now getting back out into the game, probably about back in the spring. And I've got some really interesting adventures around dating or experiences rather. Um, so let's dive right in. Okay, so go over to a mutual friend's house. There's a young lady there, but I consider attractive. But there's a guy in her face that's trying to talk to her. So I'm not one to butt in and try to do all of that. So spoke to her, left it at that. Then lo and behold, probably about a week or two later, I get an inbox on Facebook saying, "Hey, you made my friend, blah blah blah. She's interested in you, da da da." So I said, "Okay, cool. Let's go out, have a drink, grab something to eat or whatever." So we go out as a threesome because I don't know this young lady. I only know the mutual friend. We go out, have a blast. So I guess it would start with, okay, so this young lady's pursuing me. I saw her, didn't want to step to her because she had a dude in her face. She in turn came to me through a mutual friend, so she initiated it. So we hit it off. We start talking, hanging out, whatnot, movies, the same, the typical crap, hanging out, spending time, glass of wine, moon gazing, whatever. So long and the skinny is, after about a week or so of talking to this girl, she sends me this text message talking about, hey, I see. She said she sees us going in different directions. She see our paths going in different directions, and versus waiting until later to end it, she says that it would make more sense to go ahead and end it now since we were heading in different directions. And I'm like, dude, it's only been 2 weeks. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? How can you come to that conclusion? So I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, bye. So then about a week or so later, she hits me up again. She's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, wait a minute, the last time we talked, you said that we should go separate directions. So I didn't even bring that up. I just left it alone. I was like, hey, doing fine, whatever. So we start talking again. She comes through, spending time. I go to her place. We're just learning one another. The whole courtship ritual, so to speak. So the first flag that I saw there was this insecurity that she had that I don't know where it's coming from, but whatever it was, the insecurity was the first flag that I saw because I'm like, why would you be hesitant or why would you be fearful of the unknown? Whole nother story. So next thing you know, her and I are getting along pretty decent. We're talking, texting, and spending time with one another. So it just so happens I need to go to take my youngest niece to Indianapolis, and so I think it was on maybe let's just say a Saturday night or Saturday. This is Saturday night that I was doing this contemplation because I needed to take my niece to Indiana Sunday morning, and like I needed to leave Louisville like 5 in the morning. So I told my little lady friend, hey, I'm gonna call it a night early. Got to get up super early, take my niece up here, whatever, and I'll holler at you when I get back. She's like, oh, okay, okay, have a good evening, blah blah blah. I said, okay, fine. So next morning I get up, got the alarm set. Call the kid's mother, no answer. Call my niece, no answer. So I'm like, man, what's going on? I'm like, geez, this is weird. So I lay back down and go to sleep. And so I think maybe around about 11 a.m. I hear the tone on my phone saying, hey, there's ding, there's a text message. But I'm in and out of sleep, so I wasn't worried about it. I was just like, whatever. I wasn't expecting a follow up call or any text or anything. I wasn't expecting any communication. So when I finally come out of it a couple of hours later, waking up, check my phone, I got 6 missed text messages, 6 of them. So I'm looking at these text messages. First was like, hey, how was the trip? And then, how was the trip taking your niece? Then the next one was, so you're just not going to respond? Then the next one is, fine. Well, don't worry about it. You don't have to respond then. Be like that. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, so 6 messages back to back. Now I'm asleep now. And I'm just like, why couldn't you just send one text and if I didn't respond, maybe I'll catch up with you later or whatever it is. But I'm just like, how I went from a simple checking on me text to you're playing games and forget it, don't respond, blah, blah, blah. This back to that insecurity crap. So, and then the very last one said, you know what, do me a favor, don't even respond. So me trying to be the logical person I am, and not get caught up into the emotions or any of the rest of it. I said, okay, cool, don't even worry about it. So I didn't respond. So about a week later, this same young lady sends me a text talking about, so you're just not gonna respond? And I'm like, wait a damn minute. I'm like, first you said don't respond, do you a favor, don't respond. Then when I do you a favor and don't respond, then now you're hounding me about not responding. So I'm just like, you know what? Don't even worry about it, man. So in summary, when people show you those flags like that, those are certain things that I would put in the category of God revealing certain things. So I already kind of had a feeling up front with that first flag, when she's showing me this fear of the unknown. Then the second flag of her just going off the handle over me not responding to a text because I'm asleep. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy out here. And then just recently, after me not responding to this same person, after we finally broke it off, 2 months goes by. She hits me up to say, hey, just checking on you and your boys. And then, of course, it turns into a situation where maybe we can hang out again. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't know why I opened opened Pandora's box back up. But she came through, we watched a movie or something, had a couple glasses of wine. She stayed the night. She leaves crack of dawn the next morning and, barely says bye or whatever, leaves. And it just so happened I had a hell of a day at work. It was just super busy. Didn't, get a chance to even look at my phone, none of that. So that evening, she sends a text, well, good night then. I don't know why I even fooled with you. I should have known better. I should have trusted my gut. And God doesn't like ugly. And Jeff, you set out to intentionally hurt me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, how did I set out to intentionally hurt you when you looked me up and you already knew the backdrop, you knew what you were dealing with, and you knew that you had all this extra baggage when it comes to insecurities and whatever happened in the past, man. I can't be held accountable for what happened in your past. That's your past. So leave me out of it. So it's just crazy trying to navigate through all of this crap, when it comes to dating in 2014, man. It's just the most simplistic stuff. Just trying to be friends, let alone lovers or potentially husband and wife, man. So of course, there's going to probably be many more stories that I'll be able to share because I don't see myself settling down in the next a couple of months or within the next year because there's some special people out here. And I need to make sure to go through the details and look for all those flags with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that I'm not, yoking myself up with someone who's going to be a detriment to my journey. So with that being said, just wanted to shout you guys out. Hadn't done a video in a while. So have a fantastic rest of the Sabbath. Look forward to other adventures of G7 and dating because I've got a few others, man, already, but like I said, I don't see myself settling down anytime soon. So I'm sure I have some other stories too. I have the coworker who has stuff surrounding around transvestites and then transvestites, swingers, couples trying to pull people into threesomes, and it's nuts, man. The stuff that's out here. So just be careful. If you do have sex, protect cover yourself up. Always, and if you're having unprotected sex or considering that, go get tested. But at the end of the day, man, protect your neck, man, mentally, spiritually, and physically. I'm out. Salam.